Hey guys, it's Clarice and welcome to another video with me. In this video we are going to be unwrapping, swatching slash trying out these colors by Liang, and they are watercolors. This is a set of 48, and I also have a sketchbook by Paul Rubens. I believe the Liang brand is under Paul Rubens as well. And so let's get to unwrapping. So here we go, unwrapping. The box is just a regular looking box. Nice shades of color. These are certainly my favorites, the pinks and the purples. Ooh, look at this case. Real nice. Okay. So let's open it up. And we've got a little card here. And I believe this is where we're going to be swatching. And this is what this looks like. So, oh, this is quite interesting. So it comes with a plastic sheet that shows you all the colors. And I guess you could just keep it there. And the colors themselves come in these little packs. And then oh, this is a lot easier in terms of, I guess, unpacking, because it's just to the edges and then you just peel it off, as opposed to packaging the whole color cake. Okay, so this is what it looks like. All right, so let me just go ahead and unwrap all of this and save time. So here we are, it's all unwrapped, and what I've noticed is that there is a whole line of metallics over here as well. So I think based on how we're going to, the results we're going to get, this might just be a perfect starter kit for the more serious watercolor artist who's just starting out. Just because it's got so many different colors, and then it's got a whole line of metallics to experiment with as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and swatch these and see what they look like. So here we are. I'm going to leave white for last, I guess, because we know what white looks like. I'm going to start with the lemon. Lemon yellow. And let's just do a nice swatch. Very potent, not see-through at all, and that was really quick to get activated on there. So here's the next one is cadmium yellow. Very nice. Nice little warm mango sort of hue. Next one is orange yellow. I can see the resemblance in terms of, well, it's not dried yet, but just based on the way it's laying down on the paper, I can see why people were saying that these are similar to the White Nights, which are my favorite. Here's cadmium orange. And I believe this is cadmium red. Not taking that much time to activate it at all. Like, it's pretty quick. Gorgeous. Okay, so next up we have vermilion. I believe that is it. Oh, which is like an orangey red almost. Okay, so that's vermilion. Next we've got scarlet. acrylic, I think, is like one of my favorites, just because it is nice and warm red. Zoomed in a bit. Let's go for magenta next. Ooh, magenta is nice. Okay, a little bit like carmine, which is what I also love, or one of my favorites. Next, we've got deep magenta. Very nice. Also very, very nice. Madder red. Okay, wonder if it's anything like the Madder Lake red. And no, it isn't. This is a nice deep maroon red almost. Actually, all these colors are just gorgeous. Stunning. Next, we've got rose red. And I'm pretty sure I will like this as well. Oh yes, absolutely love it. Okay, so their selection of reds and pinks, or whatever you want to call it, are just really nice. Okay, so next we're going to violet red. And I'm thinking this is like the lilac, the Quinn lilac, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit like it, just on a darker level. Also very, very nice. Very nice rich color. So we've got fresh purple. Fresh purple. I've never heard this name before. Ooh. So I wonder if this is a replacement for the violet in. Probably not, because there's a deep violet. Let's see what that looks like. If that doesn't look anything like the violet from White Nights, then I'm assuming that is the closest. Yeah, no, this is also a very pretty color. The violet in White Nights is very, yeah, not one of my favorites. I usually end up mixing it with a little bit of red or blue, mainly red. Okay, light blue sky. Ooh, pretty. So this is like a cobalt. Oh no, they've got a cobalt down below. I had to check to see if there was another. This is a little less potent in comparison to all the other colors we've done thus far. Seems a little bit see-through. That's okay. This is sky blue. Ooh, like a turquoise almost. Okay. Let's do the next one, which is fresh blue. Oh, look at that. Fresh blue and fresh purple. So I guess this is maybe a signature name. I've never heard of this in any of the other colors. Oh, this is like a deep turk. Like a really deep turquoise. Very nice also. Cobalt blue is up next. Very nice. Usually not a fan of the blues, but I'm loving the selection of blues so far. Ultramarine next. So I think this is the basic. I think this is what almost every set would have, really. And then we've got am I reading this right? Turkey blue, which kind of looks like another deep turquoise. Maybe this is more for turquoise. That's why it's called turkey. That just clicked. Next up, Prussian blue. Let's see this. Ooh, this is also nice. So kind of like an indigo almost. So next we've got Payne's Gray. I'm actually very curious now to see what the other the metallics are going to look like. Payne's Gray, as per usual, everyone's favorite. A nice replacement for indigo, perhaps. Next we've got yellow green. Ooh, the yellow green in White Nights is definitely not my favorite. But this one is quite nice. It's got a lot of yellow in it, kind of like a very nice young green. Young leaf green, I would say. Okay, so this is 2 lines done so far. Let's move on to doing the next few. So we've got tree green. I'm thinking I will like this color for sure. Yeah, very pretty. I can see this being a great one for mistletoe and things like that. Next up, Hooker's green. This is a popular one as well. Kind of reminds me like of green, but we've got deep Hooker's green coming up below, so let's see what that looks like. Maybe that's more of the darker green that I love from White Nights. Yep, this is it. This is the White Nights green that I really like. But it's nice to have a lighter version of it as well. Next up, emerald green, which is nice and bright, but I tend to not use it as much just because I like the flowers to be a lot brighter. But this is a very pretty emerald green. It's like a nice deep color. So next we've got, oh, there's actually an olive. Even though the yellow green is very olivey. Ooh, no, nope, nope, this is pretty. So I believe I get this color when I mix some of the yellowish green from White Nights with umber. That's how I get that color. Okay, next up we've got yellow ochre. Nice. Kind of. No, it's actually not very close to that at all. Yellow sienna. Okay, yellow sienna. I've not heard of this. Ooh, pretty. This is pretty as well. I can see this for a lot of skin tones and things like that. Next we've got sienna. Looks to be like a nice maroony sort of, oh, reminds me of, right off the bat, English red from White Nights. I don't think White Nights has sienna, not my set at least. Next, burnt sienna. This I have for sure. Very nice. So the burnt sienna here seems to be a tad brighter in comparison to the one from White Nights. The one from White Nights is a lot darker. It's almost like a black. If you wanted to replace the black with a warmer tone, you would use this sienna, burnt sienna from White Nights. And here's Van Dyke's brown. Oh, I finally have Van Dyke's brown. I've heard of this color so much, but just all the colors I've had, I've never really had the pleasure of owning it or having it in the set. Next is burned brown. All the browns are fabulous. I think the burned brown is similar to Van Dyke. Very, very similar. All right, next up we have coal black. Okay, so this is it for all the colors that are in here. The last row is going to be all metallics. Very nice. Okay, so the coal black is just like a black. So now let's move on to doing the metallics. I just switched out my water just so it's nice and clean, and let's start off with doing the flash yellow. So here I am trying to activate this. It's taking a lot more swiping and mixing in comparison to the others. Maybe it's because of the metallics. Okay, so this is like a faint yellowy shade, which is nice. Next we've got magic red, even though it's this gorgeous pink, in my opinion. Okay, so I actually have a set of metallics by Paul Rubens, and I'm almost wondering if these are very similar to those. And I'll pull them out after I finish swatching, just so we can have a look at it closely. But for now, let's finish swatching. That was rose red. Now we've got flash red, which is like a light pink. Again, I have to do a couple of hard strokes back and forth to get this activated. And they're nice. They're a little sheer and definitely more watery. There's watercolor after all. Next one is flash. Oh, two flash reds? No, probably not. I think this is flash purple. Yeah, there's a typo here. So the top was flash red. This is flash purple, which looks like a gray almost. So the next one is deep interference blue. Nice bright blue happening. Like a shocking blue. Yeah, this is a very pretty blue. I don't think I have something like this in my metallic collection. Then we've got flash blue. Takes a couple of scrubs to get this activated. Here we go. Similar to the blue above, deep interference, but very small difference. Then comes the deep interference green, and these look nice. Yeah, these are like that sea foam sort of color. And then we've got a lighter version of it, but it's called fruit green. They look very similar again. I wonder if they're going to be similar like the blues. Maybe. Yeah, very, very similar. I'm almost wondering if it's even worth having the colors present. Just gives you like extra, I guess. And here's, this can't be right. It says bronze. Did I miss a color? I'm wondering. No, this says bronze, but it's not bronze. This is, I'm going to guess this is a, yeah. So this is definitely, I think this is the fruit green. I had to pause there. I think this is the fruit green. And we're going to backtrack a little bit. I'm going to take you guys with me on that journey. So there's the fruit green. The bronze is at the end. Oh, so, okay. I think I am missing a color. So, okay, this is the bronze, and it was at the end on my palette. I'm going to show you guys what's happened here. In a minute, I think I know what's happened. Let's just finish doing all of this. So I don't have royal gold. I am now swatching flashing pearl. So this is like a see-through, shiny, white almost. And I don't have royal gold. So here's what happened. It looks like I was right. These deep interference green and fruit green that I swatched the first time are actually the same color. And let me just move this here. As you can see right there. But if you look at this chart that they've given, the fruit green needs to look like the second green that I swatched. So I was right. And what's happened is they've moved the bronze here. I think this is a packaging issue. It should have been in place of this green here. And I am missing royal gold. So that's the only glitch with this. Otherwise, the colors look really great and fabulous. Very, like, they're dried up now, and I'm very impressed with how it's dried up. I'm gonna quickly whip out my White Nights colors right here, and this is what they look like side by side. So you can see so this is my set of 36 and this is the 48. Got a great variety of reds happening, really nice variety of cools happening as well. And here's what mine looks like over there with White Nights. So I'm almost really liking how it's transitioned on this paper too, now that it's dried up. That magenta is nice. Okay, so this, I'm gonna let this dry because it's a little bit wet there. So I'm gonna move that aside, put this away, and I'm going to bring out the metallics by Paul Rubens so we can have a look at it. All right, so here's my metallics by Paul Rubens. Comes in this nice, pretty pink box. And these were the swatches that I had done for it. And let's pull this swatch over here to see if they are similar. So yes, they are similar. Actually, I think maybe they are even the same because we've got deep interference green and it looks almost bang on to what we have there. Fruit green again. There's a bronze here. There's a flash purple. Yep, flash purple match. We've got, do we have any of the magic reds and stuff? Wine red, rose red. Yeah, they've got rose red, but the rose red looks a lot darker and nicer here. Very light here. So I'm wondering if they did an update to it. Here's royal gold. So that's the color I'm missing. Yeah, so I'm looking at the color codes as well, and it looks like they're the same colors. So I guess they've just included a line of metallics in this set just to give people more of a nice variety of metallics and regular watercolor. But I think definitely value for money, and you know, instead of going around purchasing a whole bunch of different sets, you've got everything in one. Say if you're traveling or you just want to, I don't know, you're painting somewhere at the park and you don't want to take too many things, just the one is perfect. And take this out. So you've got this area for mixing colors. And then we didn't really look at the brush. So they've got this, I don't know if I would ever really use this. Oh, here we go. I've invested in brushes like this previously, and this was in the very beginning of my journey. So you fill water here and you just activate the color and then you paint. So this is more of a convenience thing. I guess if I really had to, I would, but I'd always be carrying my Princeton brushes with me anyways. So, my babies. All right, so that's that, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. If you really like this set and you think you want to get it, I'm going to have the link in the description below, so please feel free to check that out. And that's it. Thanks for watching.